This is not the new norm. 2-3 is not the new norm. But we as Eagles fans, we've become soft. I don't know who's throwing more passes, Carson Wentz or these fans for Doug Peterson. Because right now, he's the reason why they're 2-3. He doesn't get a pass from me. I don't settle for anything. I settle for everything. I see a team with a 3-year window with Carson Wentz's rookie contract. I want multiple Super Bowls. One is not good enough anymore. I don't want to be the Phillies. This is the new norm. This was supposed to be the new norm. It better be a new norm starting Thursday running the football. Broads is here. I'm Adrian Fetchu. I went on a rant. I didn't even know what I just said.
No, you brought the right man on the show because I am pissed off too. I said it in my recap video, 2-3, and the first people I'm looking at is the group of coaching staffs when it comes to the offensive coordinator, who I think is doing a really bad job, Doug Peterson, who is doing a really, really bad job, and Jim Schwartz, who's doing a really, really, really bad job. I think all three of them have to step up because it's not okay the way that they're performing right now. We're too good of a roster and too talented to not be a good team right now, and it starts with them.
Stop making excuses. My God, it's been horrid the first 5 games. There's a lot that can be better, like a lot. They are third to last in their pressure percentages right now when it comes to the defensive line. That is despicable. What they're doing with Carson Wentz coming off the ACL, not protecting him at all, despicable. The 2 best units on your football team have now become the 2 worst. It's ridiculous. I don't know what's going on, but I hope it begins again Thursday. The new norm for the 2018 season. The new norm of running the football. Run it. You're only running it 36% of the time on the season. And I'm hearing the excuses. Well, they don't have a bell cow back. They don't have this. They don't have that. It doesn't matter. Wendell Smallwood is averaging 6 yards a carry. Josh Adams is averaging 4.1 yards per carry. Corey Clement is averaging 4.1 yards per carry. It doesn't matter who you throw back there. They're going to run the football, and they're going to generate positive yardage. Just do it, Doug. Please. It'll open up everything. It'll make your pass protection better. And my God, maybe you'll win this football game.
Now, I was thinking the same thing, and you hit it right on the head there late. When it comes to opening up the rest of the playbook, it opens up the play action. People are not biting on it because they know it's not coming. And last year, if you remember, early on, there was one game, it might have been week 2, it does slip my mind, but we were yelling at Doug, you got to run the football, Doug. It has to happen. He came out the next game, we ran the football, and it worked. And even last week, I know Jay Ajayi fumbled the ball, but that effective drive coming out of the half was all because of the run game. It needs to happen. I know that we don't have the best set of backs right now because of injuries, but you just need to do it. You got to pound it, and especially against a team like the Giants, who are not a good team. Even though I say that, neither are we. But if we can't beat a team like the Giants, we're in for a long season.
They allow 4.6 yards per carry. There is no excuse to not run the football. And the excuse from some of the fans have been, well, they're getting off to these slow starts. I did the video the other day. And I tore apart Doug Peterson for his press conference. When you lie, I call you out, and you fucking lied. So the Eagles have run 150 plays in the first half, only 46 of them being design runs. That's 30.6% of the time you're running the football. That's even less than what you're doing for 4 quarters. So that, to me, needs to change. They need to come out and run the football. Again, it comes back inside out. You run it, you set up the play action, you help out your pass protection. I mean, I swear to God, if you run the football, everything's going to look back like last year. I swear to God to you.
You know what blows my mind? How does he not see this? Like, how does Doug prepare, watch film, see all these numbers, and think to himself, I'm only going to run it 20 times again? I don't get it. You got to come in the game plan and just think, I'm going to run it every single goddamn play that I can. I don't know how he watches everything that's happened so far and not think to himself, maybe we should try running the football more. I don't get how it doesn't click in his head. He's too good of a coach. He's a good coach, but it's something's not clicking right now, and it's bothering me. And I have a question for you. What did you think about the 2-point conversion that he went for? Was that a smart football play?
I didn't mind it.
You didn't mind it?
I'm actually in favor of like more of the 2-point conversions because they are so good at running the football. They should be able to run the football from the 2-yard line about 60, 70, 80% of the time.
Here's why I liked it, because it showed balls and it kind of kept this aggressiveness towards the team that we haven't seen ever yet this season.
Mm-hmm.
But to do that and then to be playing the field when it came to that 58-yard field goal, like if you're going to be ballsy on the call to try and get it to a 6-point game, be ballsy on the field goal attempt to try and make it a 3-point game. It kind of contradicted itself, in my opinion. I get the field position. I get it. But if you're going to be ballsy here and then play soft there, it didn't work. His soft call didn't work. So
no, I can get behind that, I guess. But I will say I did agree with punting because
you did.
Big Elliott has been kind of erratic this year. And the fact that their defense was playing a lot better. Now, obviously, they kind of drove down the field or whatever. But I would have punted again. I wouldn't have. Yeah, I would have punted.
I'm not crushing him for that decision. I get it. And I get it. But I'm just playing devil's advocate on if you're going to go for it there and be ballsy, why are we trying to pull up and be a little bit safe on this end when you're known to be this big aggression guy? That's all. I'm not crushing him for it.
But you're right. He's a great coach. Yeah. And this is why we're furious, because he is a great coach. We know that he can adapt. We know that he can make the adjustments. But right now, there is a humility aspect that he is failing. He's failing at. And I'm seeing more of this cockiness each and every week. I'm seeing Andy Reid come out. I don't want Andy Reid. I want Big Daddy Doug.
Yeah, even the clock management has been piss poor. Piss poor. There's time he's running out the clock. Well, let's make some moves. Let's take some shots. That's bad. That's bad. He's too good of a coach. He really is. And that's why we are frustrated, because we know that he is a high-level coach in this league, and something's just not right.
Yeah. Don't get mad at me for getting angry. The expectations have changed. We are Super Bowl or bust now. That's the way it's working now in Philadelphia.
I heard the argument. That you watch the Patriots. How many Septembers do they get on a slow start and they pick it up? And people are trying to compare that to this. I just don't see it. There's always a game. Say the last couple games for the Patriots, they've kind of been on a rhythm, showing some offense. We're not seeing that. We're seeing worse, I feel, every single week. It's not the same thing. And we haven't. The benefit, I will say, not the benefit, the excuse that I don't want to use, though, is coming into the season, we really are banged up. But that doesn't make excuses for the way Doug Peterson has been game planning. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to spitball here and then think of a positive.
The banged up part is hurting us more this year, because Howie Roseman didn't make the depth chart signings that he did last year.
That's fair.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's fair. We were expecting a Carson Wentz to come back, be ready. We were expecting a Jason Peters to step in, be ready. We were expecting Darren Sproles to be able to come back and just step in. And it showed that, it's not to that level. We need more.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to play devil's advocate to that Patriots thing, because I kind of think that argument is stupid. First of all, we're in the NFC. We're not in the AFC. The AFC, you can start 2-3 and you can finish 12-4. But right now, they ain't getting home field advantage. It's not happening. They're not. The Rams, are they even going to lose 3 games the rest of the year? You got to go to New Orleans. You ain't going to the Big Easy and beating New Orleans. So that's 4 losses. And
we need to win 8. We need to win 8 of the next 11 to be 10-6. Now, I think realistically we can win 7 of the next 11. That would put us at 9-7. But would that win the division?
Yes.
Okay, if you think so. I mean, I see
the division is just
It is so bad. But something tells me us and the Redskins are going to be close all year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if there is one team that could maybe do it, it's the Redskins. I think Alex Smith sucks. You saw that on Monday Night Football. But I'm just saying, 7 of the next 11 would put us at 9-7.
Yeah. I mean, there's no doubt that they're going to turn it around at some point. Like, there's no doubt in my mind.
I say the same thing, but then I keep watching.
Yeah. But there's no doubt. But then it's like, for me, it's like it almost doesn't matter because they're just going to lose in the divisional round. Like, unless if they play the Rams, okay, I think maybe they can win that game. For whatever reason, I think they can beat the Rams, even though they look like the best team in football. I'd rather play them than go to New Orleans or go to, I don't know. Actually, I would play Carolina. I wouldn't mind that. Green Bay, I would too. I want to go to Green Bay. Minnesota, maybe I wouldn't want to go to Minnesota.
I think Green Bay's a little overhyped. We're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves for sure.
Green Bay's overhyped, but that's a bad matchup for us because of how quick Aaron Rodgers gets rid of the football.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And I hate to say this, but at this point, I am just focused on a division, winning the division and getting in the playoffs. Not making playoffs would kill me. I don't care what happens once we get there. I get how hard it is to go back-to-back. I get Super Bowl or bust. I just would need to see this team in the playoffs for this to be some sort of an effective year. That's all.
Yeah, and even the 2-3 thing again. I mean, it reminds me of Seattle. They started 3-3 and they finished 12-4, but they got the 1 seed at 12-4. Like, I don't think a 1 seed is coming at 12-4 this year, or even a 2 seed. Is New Orleans going to finish less than 12-4? What do you think?
Yeah, it's going to be around that.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be around
11-5, 12-4. They ain't going to get you home field advantage this year.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
The AFC. So you're looking at a 3 or 4, and this defense doesn't travel. So I'm just being realistic. Don't call me a Debbie Downer. That's what I do here. I'm a realist.
Now, me and you are on the same exact page, I swear. It's crushing, and I feel like we have the right to be devastated. Sports radio all day today, their main topic was, are you that upset, or are you mad, upset, or disappointed?
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I'm disappointed because we kind of started the show with it, but Doug Peterson is too good of a coach to allow this to happen. It's not because of anything other. It's not a Super Bowl hangover. This is not that. This is a lack of preparation or whatever from the coaching staff down.
I mean, to be honest, I thought Jim Schwartz made some adjustments last week. I thought he blitzed more. I thought
that's a point I had. That's a point that I was going to bring up was I guess we'll move this into the Giants game and talk about that. And Jim Schwartz, I want to see him bring a little bit more pressure, and especially against someone like Eli, who's old and can't move. And if he gets time in the pocket, knowing our quarterbacks that aren't playing great right now, maybe Odell can make some noise happen. So I think we need to bring a lot more blitz. Jim Schwartz, will he do that? I don't know. But I think that would be something to try. We need to try something.
I did notice more 6-man rushes and 7-man rushes on Sunday. I did notice that, but they were getting picked up. So it wasn't working. I thought that the pressure was actually better Sunday than it's been all year. But Kirk Cousins was doing just that good of a job getting rid of the ball. I mean, there were times where he was getting rid of the ball as he was getting hit, and still the ball was right on the money. The ball placement.
The one to Thielen on the right side on that drive to make it happen at the end.
Ended the game right there.
Yeah, even the touchdown pass was kind of pretty. A lot of people rip apart Kirk Cousins. I think he's
really
a gamer.
Good people. He's not bad. He's
an above average quarterback without a doubt.
Yeah, he's really good. He's a lot better.
Yeah. Then what? I'm sorry, you cut off.
Case.
Oh yeah. No, I agree, 100%.
Yeah, because I had some people like coming into the week. They're like, "Well, there's not much difference between Case Keenum and Kirk Cousins. We should be able to take care of the Vikings." Like, I don't know. Kirk Cousins is a lot better than that.
Yeah, no doubt. I agree.
So, all right, abysmal offensive line play. We'll get into that now. They've surrendered 15 sacks in their last 4 games. They gave up just 15 sacks in their last 12 games in 2017. Lane Johnson got beat across the face time and time again on Sunday by Stephen Weatherly. One of those resulted into a strip sack. Linval Joseph, 63-yard fumble return touchdown, and then whatever he was doing on the sideline, trying to catch his breath and wearing the sunglasses. And then the week before, it was Harold Landry who beat him around the corner for a strip sack. So Lane Johnson is struggling. Jason Peters is struggling. Isaac Seumalo, for whatever reason, got the start at left guard. It's a mess on the O-line.
That move to take out Wisniewski was insane.
Oh.
The stats shown is something like Wisniewski's been rushed like 5 or 6 times in the first 4 games, and Seumalo was 5 in the first game he got as a starter. Yeah. I don't know what they saw. This is what I'm coming back to the coaching staff. What did they see in practice to tell them he's going to be better than that? Seriously.
The rumor going around today is that Jason Peters was the one like, yo, I want Isaac Seumalo in there.
Really?
That's the rumor, though. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't.
I mean,
it or not. I don't know if I believe it or not. But like, it doesn't make sense to bench Wiz. Like, I didn't
agree.
That bad.
Yeah, no, I saw something on Twitter today about Jason Peters. He must have been talking to the media because he was defending Carson. People are saying that Carson's taking too long to get the ball out, but in reality, he's getting the ball out quicker than it seems. It's
I got numbers for that.
Yeah, it's like 2.7 seconds or something like that compared to the average of 4.5. Or
okay,
you can hit it.
So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get into Jason Peters' comment after Sunday's game. So he basically said that Wentz's injury has been a factor in the offensive line struggle. So he says, right now we're struggling in the offensive line because we have to block longer. We have a quarterback that's coming off an injury, and he wants to make a play. We just have to block longer in order for him to make a play. We just have to be better in pass protection. But his words are not true because Wentz, as you said, he's getting rid of the ball in 2.76 seconds. And the sacks that the Eagles are occurring on an average of 3.93 seconds after the ball is snapped. So 3.93, and the league average is 4.28. So what Jason Peters is saying is incorrect.
Now, does this factor in that our wide receivers are just not getting open?
They're not getting open either. No.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it all comes in. It's the entire offense.
Matthews was supposed to be the fucking savior. I just told you guys this is a bad signing.
I wouldn't say it's a bad signing because if it wasn't him, it would be someone even worse. But it's not a great signing. I'll say this. Alshon Jeffrey had 2 catches last week. That needs to change. I mean, you saw it in week 4. I mean, he caught 2 really huge passes, the 31-yard gain, the touchdown. He needs to be more effective out there. He does. But at the same time, their defense says shut down Alshon, and what else do they have? Zach Ertz, but I mean,
hey, Zachy Ertz, come on, baby, make it hurt so
good. Yeah, what did you think about Gibson and that one nice catch? Do we give him more time to stretch the field?
I think you got to give him 3 deep shots.
I agree.
3 deep shots. Just
even if it doesn't work, it makes the defense think.
Even if you go 0 for 3, I don't care. Just do it. Like that. Like I remember a comment that Doug Peterson said after his press. After the game, one of the games where I don't even think he got like a snap. And he goes, yeah, we had a game plan for Shelton Gibson. We just didn't get to it. The fuck is that supposed to mean? Just get him in the game.
Dude, I'm telling you, Dougie P is something else right now, and I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah. All right, so Alshon Jeffrey, let's get him open this week. He's got Janoris Jenkins this week. Now, last week was a tough matchup against Xavier Rhodes, big physical kind of corner, but I would have expected more from Jeffrey. We got more from him in the NFC Championship game, but we didn't really get it Sunday. We'll see about this Thursday with Jenkins on him. So there's that. I mean, their secondary is actually pretty good. So Jenkins, you got Eli Apple, you got Landon Collins. They're going to get Olivier Vernon back this week. So I believe the numbers on them, they're top 10 in terms of quarterback rating allowed and yards per game allowed through the air. So their problem is not stopping the pass, it's stopping the run.
Well, hey, that's perfect, right? Let's go, Doug. Dial up the game plan, run the damn ball. That's perfect then, honestly. And if I see Carson drop back 50 times, I'm going to be pissed.
I might want to fire Doug Peterson for 1 week just to bring in the Navy coach. Ken Numato Nalalolo, whatever his name.
Oh my God.
Bring him in. Bring the Naval Academy in. Run the triple option.
Oh my God, that's phenomenal.
There you go. All right. What else we got? You want to get into Odell Beckham? You want to get into some funnies? All right, let's get into some funnies. Get into some funnies. So Odell Beckham did an interview with Sunday's NFL Countdown with Lil Wayne.
I saw this.
Where he expressed his frustrations with the Giants offense and how it has limited his production. This is fantastic. So he signs a big contract and he's still throwing his team under the bus. It's phenomenal. So I don't feel like I'm being given the opportunity to be the very best that I can, to bring that every single day. And that's really all I want to do, to bring that every single day. Since I've been here, I've put up numbers, records have been broken, and all those good things. Not to mean nothing to me, but I know they could have been double or triple whatever they are now. That's the part that bothers me. Then he complains about Eli Manning's arm. He goes, can he still throw it? Yeah, but it's been pretty safe, and it's been, cool catching shallow and trying to take it to the house. But I want to go over the top on somebody. Odell!
See, I know. See, I always thought it was funny because I'm like, damn, the Giants got Barkley. That's cool and all, but who's going to throw the football? Now I'm laughing thinking, well, they're probably going to be picking top 3, 4 again anyway. So what the hell? It's just crazy. It's just crazy. I think it's wild with the talent on their roster. They can't get anything done. I mean, they're not a bad roster when it comes to some playmakers. They have what it takes to be better than at least what they were last year. I mean, they have better stars than what they have. And I mean, maybe it's obviously Ben McAdoo was a brutal call, but I don't know if it's Pat Shurmur too, just not understanding everything, or maybe it is because of the quarterback play, but I think they have a roster that should be better than 2 wins, 3 wins.
Yeah, and Pat Shurmur is a guy that's like ultra vanilla and bland. That's not the way I would have went if I was the Giants. But hey, they went there, and even the shallow passes that Beckham's talking about. It's like how are you supposed to keep Eli Manning upright for more than 5 seconds with that offensive line?
That's their biggest issue, no doubt, is that offensive line is just atrocious. You saw it. I don't know if it was the Sunday night game or the Monday night game against the Cowboys early in the season, but they were on display of getting absolutely torched. I felt bad for Eli at that point. I really did. Yeah, what am I saying?
That's what Sheila said.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, next thing. Okay, let's talk about Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley. Michael Bennett had a quote, and he had a cool quote, so I'm going to talk about it. So he complimented Barkley, basically talked about how he reminded him of 3 different backs. And here's what he said. I haven't seen a running back like that in a long time. I think he reminds me of a couple running backs. He has shiftiness and quick feet like Marshawn Lynch and balance like LaShawn McCoy, but then he also has speed like Jamal Charles. He's really a great combination as a running back. So Saquon Barkley, what are your thoughts on him?
I mean, there's no doubt he's solid. What I think they're going to do, knowing that we can stop the run, I'm sure they're going to run the ball as much as they can, but they might try and just throw something short, throw some screen passes or something to get him going. He's definitely a game changer. There's no doubt about it. But if our defense can play like we know they can, I don't think it should be that much of an issue. But the way they've been playing, he might be able to do some damage.
Yep. And, some of the numbers right now, he's the 3rd rookie in the Super Bowl era to record 100-plus yards in his first 5 career games. So he joins Adrian Peterson and Kareem Hunt. Also, only 1 of 4 running backs with over 300 yards rushing and 200 yards receiving, along with Todd Gurley, Melvin Gordon, and James Conner. So he's doing what he can with the trash that he has.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he can change the game. And my biggest concern coming into this is, are we going to be able to stop Odell, Shepard, Barkley? Are we actually going to be able to stop them? And I think if they use him with a passing game or screen passes or something quick and let him run, that's probably the most effective way to beat the Eagles right now, because it's not running the ball standard.
Yep. Yeah, they ain't running the ball on them. They're 2nd in the NFL, so that ain't going to happen. All right. So we're gonna kind of do like a quicker preview today, because I do have to get going, and I have to get to the PI podcast. So actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a couple questions, bro. I'm gonna take a couple questions.
Yeah, that's cool.
See, what do I got? Still got a lot of. Okay, actually, you know what? Let's talk about Jalen Mills, since a lot of people are talking about him.
Okay.
All right, so Jalen Mills. There's a stat. The Eagles are pressuring the quarterback. They're the 3rd worst at pressuring the quarterback in the NFL. Jalen Mills does not have long speed. Jalen Mills bites on double moves. Jalen Mills isn't getting help all the time. When your defensive line, that's supposed to be the best in the league, is pressuring the quarterback the 3rd least amount of the time in the entire NFL, Jalen Mills is going to get exposed. And all these people saying bench Jalen Mills, he's getting the scapegoat treatment when it should be the whole fucking team.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I am definitely someone who is not very happy with his play right now because I respect your point of the D line. It's not working, and that's supposed to be our bread and butter. But at the same time, I also think he's playing poorly. So it is both. I think they're both doing horrible. And if the D line's doing horrible, that's clearly going to expose him. But why not do something where I'm okay with him playing? I think he really does break up a lot of passes when it comes to the red zone. I think he's an effective player. There's no doubt about it. But why not let him press a little bit more and then have some help over the –
They do more of that. I didn't know.
And help over the top. I mean, we got to let him be just hard to play against and be aggressive up at the line. And if he gets beat, we'll have help over the top. We got to do something different, though. We can't allow them to do whatever they want to do and have Jalen bite. That just can't happen. That play to Thielen, that 68-yarder, once the fumble happened, that just can't happen.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I get your point. I do get that a bad defensive line makes him look way worse. But I also think he's playing really bad as well.
He's playing really bad, but he's an average cornerback.
Yeah.
Eagles Forever says PFF has rated him. I guess that he's saying he rated him the worst cornerback in the NFL since last season. All right, here's my lesson for you. Fuck PFF. It sucks.
Yeah, that's honestly that's just not true.
I do not care because here's the problem. All right, I know people who work at PFF. There are people who work at PFF that aren't even close to me in terms of football knowledge. So you know what that means? A play like I showed you in week 2 against Tampa Bay, where it was on Malcolm Jenkins on the deep post route. That was a 75-yard touchdown. That
the Deshaun Jackson play, correct?
That was on Malcolm Jenkins. But Pro Football Focus is going to rate that against Jalen Mills. And there's been a lot of that this year where Jalen Mills has not gotten the safety help over the top. So PFF's rankings are fucking trash. Stop listening to them. Stop reading them. Stop looking at them. They suck. Seriously.
No, okay. I agree. Because even though I just ripped apart Jalen Mills, when he is in the red zone, he is something else, man. He really is effective when it comes to not having to worry about getting beat deep. He is one hell of a defender when it comes to that.
Yeah.
There's worse corners. I mean, come on. There's definitely worse cornerbacks in the NFL.
There are. So it's frustrating. I get it. But, like, everybody's just pointing the finger at him when there's a lot more going on. There's a lot more.
Agreed.
Okay. All right. So there's that. Adrian just got pissed off. I hate PFF, dude. Like, there's a reason why I don't spend the $200 for all that.
Yeah. It's also not worth the money to me.
Yeah. Yeah. So
here's my question. I got a question for you. I know you're answering questions, but
yeah.
Do you think we win?
I'm scared.
Isn't that a shame?
Yeah.
I don't know what we're getting. There's no doubt we should win. If we want to beat anything and save this, we need to win. We cannot be 2-4 and lose our first division game. I'm sorry, but that would kill any little hope that I have. I know this division is that bad, and I get it. We could still win the division 2-4, but this loss to this type of team, that is devastating.
Yeah.
This would be killing me and every fan. It should.
It's very simple. If they run the ball, they win the game.
I know. I think you are so right. And it makes me wonder what Doug Peterson's going to do. You look at everything. We know the numbers. We know they're not good at stopping the run. There is no doubt in my mind that Doug Peterson's going to come out and run the ball. He just has to. If he doesn't, then I'm concerned. Not so much for the Eagles, but what the hell is Doug thinking?
Yeah. I've got 24-20 right now, but I'm not feeling good about it. 24-20 Eagles.
I just want a game where I'm sitting back and I'm like, we're winning. We're winning. A nice game.
Year, huh?
I texted you when we were beating the Titans 17-3. I said, this is just nice. This is nice.
Yeah.
Alshon, this is good stuff. Yeah. I got my feet up. I was going like this. By the end, I was going like this.
I was telling you, it looks like our offense finally got it figured out.
But why can't this happen? I mean, why can't this happen against the Giants team? They're not good. We are going on the road, though. And, we've been exposed. So I don't know what we're going to get. So I don't know if we're going to win. I couldn't tell anybody.
The one defense I will make for Doug Peterson is this. He does not have Frank Reich. He does not have John DeFilippo. And it seems like Mike Groh is kind of sucking.
But can I counter that point?
Go ahead.
What the hell does that mean? Because if he's not good,
I was about to get into that. What that means? So
okay.
John DeFilippo last year was in charge of the third downs, and right now they're not converting third downs. Frank Reich was in charge of the red zone. They were like the best red zone offense in the NFL. This year they're what? Not even in the top 20, whatever it is. So
I feel like we're the Falcons.
Yeah. So what we're seeing is from the coordinator's point of view, like that's what they're missing is the third down and the red zone. But in terms of actually just running the football, that is on Doug Peterson.
Yeah, no. When I said what the hell does that mean, I'm saying, does that mean Doug isn't really what we think he is? If those guys are if those two men make that much of a difference to bring this team to what they were last year to what we are now, Doug Peterson's not the guy. I mean, it's that simple. If Frank Reich and DeFilippo were the reasons we were that successful, we have the wrong head coach. I hate to say that, but I'm just saying, I know that they were beneficial. I think Mike Groh stinks. I've seen nothing out of him in the first 5 weeks. But I'm just saying, if those two meant that much, I'm concerned for what we have with Doug P. And I love the guy. I want him to be here for Andy Reid type stuff. You know, I love him. I'm just saying, if they meant that much to us, then Doug P. isn't the answer.
Yeah. I think he is in a way.
I do too, though. I think Doug is the answer. I just think he needs to get his head out of his ass as the drop on 97.5 is. If you know what I'm talking about.
It goes back to that video I made. Like he listened after the first 2 weeks about running the football. This year he's not listening. He's not making the adjustments. He's not adapting.
Well,
that's what.
Yeah, no, I heard him in his interview, and I don't think we got to this, but he claimed that he calls more running plays because he calls RPOs. So when he calls his RPOs, that's a 50% chance of a run play. But when I see that, when Doug sees it and it's a passing play, you didn't run the damn ball. You can't say that was a run call.
If you want to run the ball, then call a play that's 100% run.
Exactly. He defended himself by saying his RPO is technically a run. And I think that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I hate that we're ripping on Doug. I love him.
It's okay. It's okay.
He needs to be better, though. He needs to be better.
We needed to do a show where we rip Doug because everybody is giving him a pass, like I said in the beginning of the show, and it's starting to irritate me. We've become soft, like soft fucking cream ice cream. I just really got that wrong. That's how mad I am. What did I even just say? We're soft like cream ice cream. There you go.
Yeah, hey. There you go.
Ice cream.
But no, I mean we're allowed to be. We're an emotional fan base. We're coming off the greatest season in Philadelphia sports history, and we expected to be able to make another run, and we're just not getting the same level of play from top to bottom. So we have the right to be upset.
Yeah.
We have the right to be.
Someone just made a point that well, unfortunately, Patrick Robinson is out for the year. But
yeah.
Ron G's says, I think we miss Patrick Robinson. If you have Patrick Robinson on your roster, Sidney Jones is playing outside.
Fair. There's also, I've heard the Patrick Robinson. I've heard the LeGarrette Blount. I mean, I've heard the Brent Selleck. We've brought up that case. I've even heard the Trey Burton. You know, I've heard it all. I've heard it all. And listen, we love Trey Burton for the Philly special. And I think he's got a nice little game out there in Chicago. But who knows? Listen, it is what it is. At this point, we don't have them.
LeGarrette Blount isn't why they're 2-3.
No, I agree. And if this isn't hockey, this isn't the NBA. Football is so year to year, especially with players. It's so much different. You got to let guys go. You look at last year coming into this season when you know, okay, Darren Sproles is going to be healthy. Jai is going to be healthy. We have Corey Clement. You can't keep that many backs.
Yeah.
You just couldn't. And, you know. It is what it is. This is our roster now, so it doesn't matter what we don't have, or this is it. This is our team. So we can't sit back and say, what if we had him? What if we had them?
Yeah, exactly. I don't like playing that game. I don't. I just don't.
Yeah.
The worst game is when it's like, wow, we could have drafted him instead of him. Shut up.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are really upset with the Pumphrey thing. I think you and Philly 500 might even been talking about that. I could be wrong if it wasn't you two, but
yeah, he wanted Tariq Cohen.
Yeah. Well, they have that new news right now about Jimmy Howard and all with the Bears. And,
Oh, Jordan Howard.
I'm sorry, Jordan Howard. I'm sorry.
You're thinking of the goalie in Detroit, huh?
Yeah, yeah, you're damn right. I'm a hockey guy. Yeah.
I don't know.
We can bring him in too. Eh?
I don't know hockey, but I know who Jimmy Howard is.
After that 8-2 home opener for the Fly Guys last night.
Oh God, is that what it was?
Did you write your piece on it?
I didn't. Aunt Mazziotti did.
I feel bad for him.
Oh, I think he was there too. He was there for the game.
It's all right. We got a back-to-back at the barn tonight. So actually, it's in Ottawa. But regardless, we're football, right? We don't need to do that.
Yep. All right. So let's get the final thoughts time because it is
okay.
40. I got to get to PI. We're doing the podcast tonight. So what are you thinking? What are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts is if, you kind of mentioned it before, we run the football, we should have a more effective game plan that should succeed a little bit more than what we've seen. We got to see Doug call a good game. It comes down to him coming up with a good game plan. Jim Schwartz, I think he needs to bring a little bit more pressure. He did do that last game. Hopefully, I just think if we do that, Eli might struggle a little bit and won't have as much time. He's getting older. Mm-hmm. And if we have an effective game plan like that, we should be able to win.
Yeah.
That's all I got for you.
All right. My final thought is this, because somebody asked me a question and it made me laugh. Somebody asked if we should trade for Eric Flowers.
Come on.
Nobody's picking up Eric Flowers.
I'd rather buy Ty. Yo, I did hear this, that we should have Mailata come in as our running back now.
Yes.
Dude, it's great. I saw highlights of him running in rugby, and it says when Jay Ajayi goes down, and then it's just him going through everybody.
He's going through everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait until he becomes the future left tackle.
Oh, he's gonna be. He's gonna be. It's awesome. But
there it is. All right. That's Broads. I am Adrian Fedque. Hopefully you guys liked our show. Hopefully you guys – well, I didn't see any dislikes on the video, so that's a good thing.
Good news.
Whenever I get into my, I don't give a shit, I'm pissed off mode, I get dislikes. So
well, guess what? If you don't feel that way, then something's wrong.
That's why I said wrong. That's why I said in the beginning we're getting soft. We're getting soft. I don't want to be the Phillies. I want to be multiple Super Bowl winners.
Yeah, and the fact that I don't want to keep going on here, but Carson's contract is a big, big difference maker.
Yep.
So
there it is. All right, we're done now. We're out.
All right.
Is October Breast Cancer Awareness Month? I guess I'm representing. Right?
It is. It is.
I did it accidentally. Shout out to all the puppies out there. Take care.